I like to say that I'm not a sovereign citizen. I'm just an American, and I'm just being constitutional, and I'm not doing anything. I'm not breaking any law.
Did you go to law school?
No, ma'am.
He did, you know that.
Yes, for I understand, but he's not being constitutional. That's what I'm saying.
All right, guys, today's one's a total circus. We've got a wild court hearing featuring a guy who checks every sovereign citizen box, but swears he's not one. He's in court for not having tags on his car, but instead of handling it like a normal person, he dives headfirst into arguments ripped straight from a YouTube rabbit hole. And wait until you see his big gotcha move. He tells the judge his camera doesn't work. Spoiler, it doesn't go well. This guy fumbles hard, and the judge absolutely schools him. Let me know what you think in the comments, and let's dive into the madness.
I'm trying to get the phone working too.
He was trying to get in on his computer, but he couldn't figure out how to make it work. And then he got this wiggly gray screen. So then there was a question of, well, does he have capabilities on his computer?
Well, now his screen's off. Or so if he'd start the video again.
Mr. Abel, did you say you can use your phone? Just go ahead and come in on your phone.
I'm on the phone. I'm on the phone already.
I'm going to set this over in order that you appear at the courthouse next time. How's that?
I have the medical condition that I've been dealing with.
All right. Well, if you can't leave your home and come to the courthouse.
I'm in the video right now. Okay, I'm in.
Richard Paul on behalf of Mr. Estrada, who appears via Zoom at a separate location than counsel.
And how does he wish to proceed today?
Judge, I need to withdraw from this case.
Your Honor, Mr. Estrada filed pro se, I do believe. Well, I know it was pro se filing.
Well, I do notice he's taken a number of filings in his own right without going through counsel. Mr. Estrada, you come back to my recollection, we've met in city court, correct?
Yes.
And now this is that tag and suspended license?
No.
No,
It's a tag issue, Your Honor.
Just the tag, Your Honor.
All right.
I believe Mr. Paul is requesting to withdraw based upon the essentially sovereign type citizen claim filed by Mr. Abel.
Well,
Mr. Estrada, excuse me.
And also, there's been a total breakdown in communications, Judge. He files his own motions. I cannot represent him.
he's okay. All right, Mr. Estrada, you were appointed an attorney. Apparently at one point you wanted one, or maybe we gave you one and you didn't want one.
No, that's not it.
Excuse me?
I'm sorry, that's not it. He's not, Richard Paul is not seeking my interest, and I put everything in an affidavit. He's not representing me. He's actually judging me before, just judging me before I even go into court. He's not listening to my paperwork, so he decided he doesn't want to represent me. So I still need to be represented.
Well, Mr. Paul, you're allowed to withdraw.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Is this the last case you have on the docket?
Until 11, Judge. I am at 11, so I'm just going to mute myself and.
That'd be fine. All right. Now, I think you are going to have the same problem with any other attorney that you had with Mr. Paul. Mr. Paul, from this court's experience over the years, is a very competent, diligent attorney. Now, sometimes attorneys have to tell you their opinion of what's going to happen, and you may or may not agree with their opinion, but you do still want an attorney.
I do. I do need an attorney because I don't know how to defend myself with this court.
So now this sovereign genius decides he wants a new attorney. Like, seriously, what is this guy thinking? His last lawyer already bailed because he kept filing all kinds of bogus motions. You know, the usual nonsense, claiming the court has no jurisdiction because he's a free man on the land or whatever. Classic sovereign citizen vibes. The red flags are everywhere, refusing to recognize the court's authority, making up laws on the spot, and just wasting everyone's time. And that camera stunt? Hilarious. He refused to turn it on until the judge said he'd drag him into court in person. Then boom, camera magically works. So here's my question. Do you think he's an actual sovereign citizen or just really bad at pretending he's not one? Personally, I think he totally is, just too embarrassed to admit it. Let me know in the comments.
And also, I have a thread of the communications that you can see it, and I'm not getting represented correctly. I'm sure he's a competent attorney, but I proceeded to give all my information, all my laws, and he
All of
doesn't
your what? Your laws?
the laws, the Constitution.
Your
Okay.
Honor,
So,
Your Honor, could I say
Please.
something, please? Mr. Estrada, every attorney who the court can appoint to represent you, one, I don't want to see, and I'm sure the judge is the same way, I don't want to see any kind of communication thread between yourself and Mr. Paul, because there could be confidential, well, I'm sure there's confidential and privileged information within that, and you shouldn't be disclosing that to me. That's between you and any attorney you so choose to have represent you. But I believe most attorneys, or all attorneys that the court has available to appoint to you, they are sworn to uphold the Constitution of the United States and the state of Kansas, and not what you filed. That's the attorneys didn't go to your law school, which is kind of what you've set forth. So that's the issue the court's talking about when you're claiming a sovereign citizen. We don't have an attorney who's, I guess, registered to under your rules and laws as you see them. So that's the problem you're going to be running into as far as the attorneys the court has to appoint to you. I said that correctly, Your Honor.
thank you, Mr. Dean.
I like to say that I'm not a sovereign citizen. I'm just an American, and I'm just being constitutional, and I'm not doing anything. I'm not breaking any law.
And now he's claiming he didn't break any laws. Seriously? Here's the deal with sovereign citizens. They love to believe they don't need tags, licenses, or any of the normal legal stuff because they think driving is a right, not a privilege. But let's be real. You and I both know that's not how it works. Under U.S. law, driving is 100% a privilege, regulated by the state. That's why you need a license, registration, all of it. It's not optional, it's literally the law. These guys love tossing around random legal phrases they've found on the internet. Stuff that sounds impressive but means absolutely nothing in a real courtroom. Honestly, this guy needs a lawyer more than anyone, and yet he fired the last one. Now he wants a new attorney. I have no idea what his endgame is here, but it's all looking pretty ridiculous. What do you think he's trying to pull? Drop. Your thoughts below? Let's get back into the madness.
Well, sir, you said the attorney wouldn't accept your laws or follow your laws.
No, that's not what I said. I
Okay,
said that,
what did you say? Because I thought you said you were trying to train him on the laws, in essence.
no, I don't. I'm just presenting the law to
All right.
him, and he doesn't even read my documents that I presented, which is the law.
Did you go to law school?
No, ma'am.
He did, you know that.
Yes, I understand, but he's not being constitutional. That's what I'm saying.
But you didn't go to law school, so are you sure you know what being constitutional involves? I mean, we all can read the Constitution and understand, yes, but there's a lot involved in interpreting that. Do you understand?
I understand what you're saying, ma'am. All I'm saying is that he's using case law, not constitutional law. And he didn't see all my paperwork. He just ignored it. He just blew through it and then gave me the wrong dates. I presented all the documents and he didn't even look at it and ignored the paperwork. Well, no, I like to address. I'd like to first, if possible, we can a motion to dismiss with the student president.
We're not going to do that today. All right, I'm going to one more time appoint you an attorney.
Your Honor, could I make a request to the court on this matter?
Sure.
This case carries a maximum sentence of 30 days. doesn't even have an eligibility or requirement that he be provided an attorney.
Well,
I'm just
there's
just saying,
potential jail time.
I would like to have if the court wants. I understand if the court wants to appoint an attorney. Absolutely, don't dispute that. But under the circumstance of the defense that's wanting to be presented, I would ask the court to appoint somebody. I get Mr. McClendon still available.
That's just what I was thinking. He's here in
And
town.
we set this next hearing, give sufficient time, perhaps 60 days, perhaps longer, and we just have it set for a bench trial. And
Missy,
if he doesn't want to cooperate with that attorney, the state would be asking for the court to proceed to trial.
All right, now the judge is about to bring in a new attorney, and I swear this part had me cracking up. Watch this guy's face when he enters the courtroom. You can immediately tell he wants no part of this train wreck. Like, not even a little. Just look at him. He knows exactly what kind of nonsense he's walking into. And here's the kicker. He's worked with this defendant before. And yeah, it clearly didn't go well. You can see every ounce of regret written all over his face. I mean, can you really blame him? He's about to represent someone who's allergic to logic. Also, what do you think about how the judge is handling this circus? Personally, I think she's doing a solid job keeping her cool, but let me know what you think in the comments. All right, let's jump back in.
You pointed me to his case briefly, and then Mr. Watson and I had a discussion and figured it would be more proper for a district court case.
will you take the appointment if I give him back to you?
I guess, Judge.
All right. So you two have already met Mr. Estrada, right? The good news was he got it dismissed for you in city court, but the bad news is for you, it's back in district court. All right. So do you agree, Mr. McClendon, that we ought to just set it for bench trial, or maybe what do you
We
want
can set
to
a
do?
bench trial, Judge. I'm familiar enough with the case.
Okay. He has filed some pro se motions. Okay, Missy, give me a trial date, please.
We can resolve those motions at trial, Your Honor.
Sure. January 3rd at 11. Does that work?
Yeah, it should be fine. Do you want to do that in person, or I guess on Zoom, probably?
Well, generally we do them on Zoom. Now, if there's some special reason not to, I would hear the argument, but at this time I'm going to set it for Zoom.
That's fine, Judge.
All right. Thank you, Mr. McClendon. I appreciate your willingness to do that. Mr. Estrada, I will continue. You're not on bond, but I will continue the order that you reappear for bench trial January 3rd at 11. And I trust you have Mr. McClendon's contact information and he has yours from your
I
city
do.
appointment?
Yes.
You do? All right, thank you. If there's nothing further, we will be in recess on this matter and you are excused.
All right, guys, let me know if you want to see the next part of this madness, because it's only getting wilder from here. This video's already running long, so I'm gonna cut it here. But seriously, this dude is 100% a sovereign citizen. From dodging every bit of responsibility to claiming the law somehow doesn't apply to him, he's basically reading from the Sovereign Citizen Starter Pack. And his new attorney? Yeah, he has no clue what mess he just walked into. I wouldn't wish that job on my worst enemy. Honestly, the funniest part is how confident this guy is. Like he's about to outsmart a judge with lines from Reddit. Newsflash. Judges have heard this nonsense 1,000 times and they're not impressed. At this point, sovereigns are just burning court time and hoping for miracles that never come. If they really believed the courts had no jurisdiction, why even show up? Makes zero sense. Anyway, if you enjoyed this circus, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Should I cover his next court appearance? I got a feeling it's going to be even crazier. Thanks for watching, and as always, take care.